During the motion for the adjournment of the House, the Honorable Majority Leader moved the motion, and the Honorable Minority Leader drew the attention of the pendency of the statement. The communication then was unclear, and therefore the Honorable Member for Efiduase Asukore rose up to second the motion and to proceed to read the statement. That gave impression that he used the opportunity to try to send the motion, but to sneak in the statement which had not been admitted. The first Deputy Speaker, acting within the scope of the rules and the precedence of this House, cautioned the member that he could not proceed with the statement. When the member persisted in attempting to read the statement, the first Deputy Speaker directed that he desist from doing so. The member, however, refused to comply. He insisted that it was an urgent statement of public concern and he had to read it. As a result, the first Deputy Speaker invoked the powers available to the chair and directed the Marshal to escort the member from the chair. Let me let members know I was observing all what was happening on the screen in my office. And I saw all the body languages of all those who were part and parcel of what took place. And so I can testify that at that moment, several members from the majority side were seen forming a physical barrier around the Honorable Member for Efiduase Asukore, thereby obstructing the enforcement of the Speaker's directive, including a lady, honorable lady. This was followed by scenes of heated confrontation, including the hurling of unprintable and offensive language toward the chair as the first Deputy Speaker exited the chamber after the House had adjourned. In fact, when I saw the honorable lady, I sympathized with her because, you know, anytime the honorable ladies are getting close to the Speaker, there is always an allegation that that's the Speaker's girlfriend. We don't have girls in this House. I even prefer you say Speaker's woman friend, not girlfriends. How many girlfriends can Speaker take at this age? The Speaker is very grateful to the Almighty God for the blessings. If not at this age, I would have been among the category you know by your general terms, look no do. But honorable members, You are finding it difficult to understand Luknodu. Please, the Speaker has no girlfriend in this house. The Speaker has no woman friend in this house. You are all honorable members, and you have everything available to assess the Speaker. No discrimination at all, whether male or female. Honorable members, allow me to clarify the process for admitting statements in accordance with the standing orders and the established practice of the House. I know many of you are conversant with the rules, but we have a public to go with, and this will assist many to understand what takes place in the House. I listened to the debate on this matter, and many people were misled. And so just allow me to go through some of the rules for the edification of the general public. Orders 91 to 95 of the Standing Orders of Parliament generally address statements and ceremonial speeches made on the floor of Parliament. Orders 93, 94, and 95 regulate the making of a statement by a member of Parliament on the floor of the House. And Order 93 provides, 1, by the indulgence of the House and the leave of the Speaker, a member may explain a matter of personal nature or make a statement on a matter of urgent public importance at the time appointed for statements under Order 67. 2, the proposed statement shall be admitted by the Speaker with or without modification. 3, the text of the statement as admitted shall be read when the member is called upon to make the statement. 4, a statement other than a personal statement may be commented upon by other members for a limited duration of time not exceeding 1 hour. 5, a member may comment on the statement for a period not exceeding 5 minutes, and the comment shall not provoke debate. 6, where a member makes the statement, the Speaker, considering the comment on the statement made directly, may direct a committee to investigate and inquire into the matter, and where necessary, proposed legislation. And 7, the Speaker shall cause to be transmitted to the clerk statements admitted to be made on a particular day to be advertised on the order paper for the purpose of notice to members. And 8, the clerk shall make available to members copies of admitted statements. Honorable members, this is the procedure. We have not been following it. We have to follow it to the letter to forestall some of these occurrences. Order 94 provides for time for statements, and it says the time for statements shall ordinarily not exceed 1 hour, except that the Speaker may permit statement and comment outside the prescribed period in exceptional cases. In fact, in other jurisdictions, they are timed, and each member is given 2 minutes to make the statement. And so when you are reading the statement and it comes to the 2 minutes, you are timed off. And you just submit the rest of the statement to the clerk. But here we indulge members sometimes to even use 10 minutes to read their statements. In Order 95, the order says a member whose statement has been admitted may withdraw the statement by leave of the Speaker. In line with this, it is the accepted parliamentary practice that such statements are shopped through the leadership of both caucuses, reviewed by the Speaker ahead of the statement. That is why we say pass your statements through your leaders, who, after going through it, will recommend to the Speaker. And there's good reason for that, because the information available to leaders are not available to all members. The Speaker reviews it because the Speaker is going to preside, and the Speaker is to ensure that your comments and the statement itself is in accord with the law and the rules of the House. Then the statement is listed on the notice of the order paper under statements. Copies of the admitted statement are circulated to all members through the clerk. We need members to have advance notice in order to make meaningful comments. These are the new rules that we adopted as a House. This process exists to ensure order, prevent ambushes on the floor, and give members prior notice of matters to be raised in the House. In this instance, no prior notice was given. No text was submitted prior to the sitting. But from the information leaders gave me, they had discussed this matter. But the statement got to the First Deputy Speaker whilst he was seated at his seat in the chamber. And whilst he was trying to read it, I called upon him to take over the chair. So he did not actually go through it, and he did not admit it. So the statement was not admitted. Accordingly, no such statement could lawfully be made on the floor. Honorable members, I don't need to talk to you about the powers of the Speaker. They are clearly stated in the law. If you read the Parliament Act 1965 and the standing orders of the House, they are actually colossal. And if fully applied, could be of serious danger to the career progression of members of Parliament. But I will just say this, that Shakespeare taught all of us that even a dog is obeyed in office. When we sit here, we are not saints. We are not infallible. But there's good reason why we are called Right Honorable. And you are called only Honorable. The Speaker, however the situation, is always right on the floor. When it's wrong, the law has given you the opportunity as to how to come back to the same floor to prove that he was wrong. So please, I repeat, even a dog is obeyed in office. I want honorable members to take this in good faith. I know in the light of these events and in defense of the institutional integrity of Parliament, I refer to the conduct of the honorable member for Effiduase Asekore. This is not a matter to be referred to any committee. It's a matter that I've discussed with leadership and we've agreed that it should be resolved. And we will resolve it here openly for all of us to be guided so that in future we don't fall foul to these rules. I have reviewed the records. I have listened to the leaders, and I think in the interest of all of us, particularly our rules, the order of the House, discipline, and mutual respect, I want to call on all of us to do what is proper. We should not unilaterally override our rules, undermine authority, or obstruct the due process. They endanger not only the legitimacy of our work, but they also undermine the authority, the relevance, and value of Parliament. And more importantly, the very survival of our democracy. I want all members, including myself, to recommit ourselves to the values of dialogue, accountability, and the rule of law. Please, I want to end here. Thank you for your patience and your understanding, and give opportunity to the leaders of the House to make some comments. I thank you for your attention. Yes, Minority Leader.